We need to pray for these things in 2025. Former president of Africa departing the world. Once again, in my vision, I see a former African president departing the world as well. So we are praying that God should please arrest it. Please, Lord, arrest it.
Now, the first president of independent Namibia, Sam Nujoma, has died at the age of 95. He led the long fight for independence from South Africa. He was jailed and spent 3 decades in exile building support for Namibian independence before becoming president in 1990.
On the 31st of December 2024, during the crossover service in the wilderness with Apostle Peter John Gabriel, the man of God prophesied that he sees a former African president passing away in 2025. These were his words.
Now, 48. We need to pray against these 2 things. Next year, 2025. 1. A sitting president departing the world. 2. Former president of Africa departing the world. Once again, we need to pray for these 2 things in 2025. 1. A sitting African president departing the world. Number 2, a former African president departing the world. So, in my vision, I see a sitting African president departing the world and also a former African president departing the world as well. So we are praying that God should please arrest it. Please, Lord, arrest it.
In confirmation of God's word, just a month after the prophecy was given, news broke out that the Namibian former president has passed away, just as Apostle Peter John Gabriel had prophesied. Let us watch what happened.
Now, the first president of independent Namibia, Sam Nujoma, has died at the age of 95. He led the long fight for independence from South Africa. He was jailed and spent 3 decades in exile building support for Namibian independence before becoming president in 1990. The BBC's Nomsa Maseko takes a look back at his life.
An icon of Namibia's independence struggle, Sam Nujoma returning home after 3 decades in exile. He'd been arrested and jailed, but when he was out on bail in February 1960, he fled into exile. A freedom fighter, he was the first president of the Southwest People's Organization, or SWAPO. His liberation movement embarked on an armed struggle for Namibia's independence through the organization's guerrilla force, the People's Liberation Army. Sam Nujoma returned to Namibia in September 1989.
How does it feel to be back? Very happy to be home.
Despite a 30-year absence, Mr. Nujoma was such a powerful and well-known figure in Namibia that his picture alone became a symbol for his party. Completing his lifelong dream, Mr. Nujoma ran for election as president in the country's first independent elections in 1989. He won, becoming the country's first president.
Goodbye, South Africa! Welcome, Namibia! Power to the people! We've got our land back!
We need each other. We need to work together. We need the unity of purpose and action if we are going to develop this country in a modern way.
Namibia formally became independent in March 1990. After his party fought a bitter liberation struggle to bring freedom to Namibia, the second struggle he embarked on was economic independence. Often described as a hands-on leader, he ensured that schools and universities were built and made efforts to improve the country's healthcare system. He was in office for 15 years. His critics accused him of clinging to power when he pushed for constitutional amendments to extend his rule.
I have no intention of stepping down. And only the Namibian people will tell me, step down.
He eventually stepped down, ushering in a peaceful transfer of power in 2005, but remained a powerful and influential man until his death.
Sam Nujoma, who died at the age of 95.
Our condolences goes to the people and nation of Namibia. May God watch over the nation of Namibia. In Jesus Christ's name. Testimony of Jesus is all about Jesus.